Hey you guys, welcome to the From Fuller to Fullest Craftcast. This is episode 3. My name is Morgan and I'm your host. I made it 2 weeks right on time, just like I planned to. Keep it on task with those goals. And here is where I share all of my crafting and just whatever I feel like sharing. This is the Craftcast. So the Craftcast is where I share all my crafty stuff, and I haven't set up the Momcast yet like I plan to. That's going to be down the road. I want to get well established doing the Craftcast every 2 weeks. So we're just going to jump right in. I don't have any finished objects to show you outside of an old one that I'm going to put in Dream Knitting just for reference, but I don't have any finished objects. I did, however, get significant work done on 2 of the things I showed you last podcast. So we're going to start with that. The first one is the Wonder Woman shawl. Just like last week, it is on a pretty small needle, so you can't see the whole thing, but I'm not in the middle of the row this time. This is Stunning String in their Symphony base. I'm not sure what this base is called, but it's got silk and merino in it. Let's see if I can get that true to color. It's pretty close. Pretty close. But here is where I was at last time. So right in here. So I have finished that big W, and then I've finished the middle wings on both sides there, and started the second W. So I've got about 3 sections left to go, maybe 2.5, something like that before this is done. But I made a good bit of work on this, and it is flying off the needles. This one I'm the most proud of. I started this Comfort Fade Cardi January of last year. I looked at my knitting project book, and January of 2019, I started this. But it's been a little bit of time in, time out, because I was not happy with it. I was upset and irritated. I don't even know why. I think I was just done with knitting for a little while. I was tired. Anyway, so this little guy right here, let's see if I can get him to show up. My little Succulent rock. He's not wanting to show up. There we go. Little Kwai rock with the succulents on him. But I finished this sleeve. Yay. So I now have 2 completed sleeves. And I am now working on the shawl collar. I've just finished the last round of color A, fading into color B. So this will be done fairly soon too. Let me tell you, sick days, you can get a whole lot of knitting done because you're just sitting and you don't feel like doing anything else. So Comfort Fade Cardi is almost done. Now, I didn't get a whole lot of work done on this. This one's kind of been in timeout. Let's see where I was on this one. This is the Simple Edition by Telly Bean Knits. Yes, by Telly Bean Knits. And I was right here on this side. So I have honestly done 5 rows. It is what it is. I got tired of fussing with it. I really wanted to work on that Wonder Woman shawl. I really wanted to work on that Comfort Fade Cardi, so that's where I'm at on it. I have decided that once it blocks out, it's going to be entirely too big for me. I'm not as well blessed as my friend, so this will be gifted to her. She is super knit worthy though. She'll definitely wear it and love it, and it will be well loved and used. Scrappie Sunday project. We're going to bring back out this Scrappie blanket. This is in half here. Folded in half because there's just no way it's going to fit on the screen. And I was right here. So even though it's only 1, 2, 3 rows of crochet, one of them being triple crochet, it is a lot of crocheting. Probably a good 2 or 3 hours worth of work. And fringe and all added on here. So I got a good bit of work on it for a Sunday afternoon. Yep. I love it just for using up my ends and extras. I have decided I'm just going to do worsted and Aran weights on this, maybe DKs, but my sock yarn, my sock weight yarn is going to go into something different. I think I'm going to keep working on my beekeeper's quilts. I can't remember. Tiny Owl Knits, I don't remember who wrote that pattern, but they're little hexagons, hexapuffs of sock yarn, and you stuff them with polyfill, and then you seam them all together, and it's super cute. I haven't worked on it in a while either, but I'm gonna start doing that once I finish this Scrappie project, because I've decided I don't want more than one Scrappie project to work on at a time. I like projects to work on because I feel like they get more use and they don't languish as long. So one Scrappie project at a time. Now I'm adding a segment of dream knitting this week. So I've got 3 things I really want to start. So I'm going to work real hard to finish at least one of these so I can start one. My 9-year-old, I made her a version of the sock arm sweater. Actually, I started the sock arm sweater before I really got my gauge down, and it just wasn't working, and I got frustrated with it. So I used the flax pattern and held some sock yarn double. This is Mustache Yarns and Gamora, and then the Good Guys, Bad Guys. Anyway, matching set of self-striping by Mustache Yarns. It was created for and in tandem with Telly Bean Knits sock arm sweater. But what I did, let me take this off this hanger. But what I did is I took the flax pattern and I did a little cropped sweater, and I held this double with a Pima cotton fading set, or ombre set, blanket set that I had, of Feza cotton, F-E-Z-A, and it's 100% Pima cotton. At least I think it's cotton. That's all I know. And it had a sheen to it. But so I did the flax and I cropped it, and then I gave it the sock arms with the striped arms. The sleeves were done with Abracadabra yarn, which is a UV sensitive yarn, and she chose the purple. So I worked them double with the yarn that changes colors outside in the sunlight. You can't tell it here because it's white mixed in, but she loves it. She wears it a lot. You might be able to see that there's some peeling going on because she wears it so often, but she loves the sweater. And there was a good bit left of each of the self-striping, so she's asked for a pair of socks to wear with it, and this will be more than enough for her. She's 9, but she's a petite 9-year-old. She's still in 7/8, and those are wide on her, and she wears a size 7 slim, and she only wears a size 7 because she's super tall for her age, but she has to wear the slims, and then she still has to wear a belt because she's a little tiny thing. So these are socks. I'm not a sock knitter. I'm not. I want to be a sock knitter. So that's one of my goals this year, is to knit at least 1 pair of socks. So I'm going to start with small socks, and maybe I will grow to love socks. So that is the first dream knitting. The second, I've already got caked up for the body. I'm going to attempt the sock arm sweater once again, this time for myself. This is Night Owl Fibers in Chimney. It's beautiful. It's let's see if I can get it to, yeah, that's pretty close to accurate. It's a tonal charcoal gray, so pretty. I'm going to use this for the body, and then I have 2 more matching sets of the Good Guys, Bad Guys self-strapping. So RJ and I can have a matching sweater, matching-ish, because I'm going to attempt the sock arms sweater again and attempt to do it right this time. I have some more skills. I have picked up some more skills, and I'm going to try to do that sweater again. And then I didn't bring the pattern with me, or I'd show you. But this is also Telly Bean Knits pattern. I really love her patterns. They're super easy to follow. Now that I have that skill set on garments. And so I'm going to do the conversion sweater, which is like a super cropped. It stops about right here. You wear it over a tank flowy top of some sort. It's out of her Urban Ballerina collection. But I'm going to do the conversion sweater that stops about right here. And it comes long sleeved and has a thumb hole, which is how I love sweaters. I mean, I like my hands to be covered. I'm not a cold-natured person. I'm really a hot-natured person. But if I have long sleeves on, I want my hands covered. So, I'm super excited about that pattern. I've got to find some tops to wear under it, though, so that I can wear it the way it's supposed to be worn. But I'm going to do it in this beautiful blue. This is, let me see if I can get it to, this camera's just not going to do it justice. It's just not. But this is Fathom by Mad Tosh in Tosh Merino Light. I'm so excited. Look, I love this color so much. I bought 3 skeins of it in Tosh Merino Light, and then 3 skeins of it in Tosh Mo Light, which has mohair in it. Love this color. I may do a trim on the collar and the cuffs and the bottom in black. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely doing the majority of it in this beautiful blue. So that's it for dream knitting. That's it for this week. I'll see you again in 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll have a finished object to show you. I'll have a start on some dream knitting to show you. But if you've come back and stayed with me through this, thank you so much for returning. Thank you for your support in my endeavor to have this podcast. And I hope you have an amazing couple weeks, and I will see you in March.